should we try the psychic capital of the world?
I'm standing at the intersection of Spiritualist Street and Mediumship Way because I'm in a psychic town. This place is the psychic capital of the world.
Death is not final. We continue.
Oh my God. That's insane how the person you can have trying to relay the message can affect the messaging of it, because like I agree with that, but she just says it in such a weird sadistic way.
Death is not final. We continue after we leave here.
From people who grew up around here and they're like, oh, freaky stuff happens out there.
What
This
happens?
is definitely an energy band.
Hundreds of psychics live here. They have their own rules, psychic school, and even religion.
Sometimes they don't believe, but by the time they leave, they've seen enough that they do.
To them, the fact that they can talk to spirits is proof that even after we die, we're not really gone.
I had a gentleman come through for Zach who he made the inclination that he would know you.
People
Psychics have their own religion now? Since when has that become a thing? Yo, Mike, you believe in psychics? No, not at all. I know there's people who do, but it's just not me.
are drawn here, and quite often they get here and they find home.
I can walk around and a person looks at me and I look at that person and it's like, yeah, you got what I have and I have what you got.
What? You got what I need.
People say, oh, that's witchcraft.
What?
That's the devil. No, it ain't the devil.
I think it comes down to if you believe in coincidence or not.
I'm getting scared. Of course it's in Florida, man. Like, why? Where? You know what? I was exactly going to say that. They showed one wide shot of everyone, like, dancing. And I was like, this is all taking place somewhere like Fort Lauderdale or something like that. I don't know where Casa... whatever that is at, but
Right now we're in Central Florida.
Central.
We're going to Casadega, also called the psychic capital of the world. About 600 people live here full time, and most of them claim to have some sort of psychic abilities.
Really?
The town was started in 1894 and is said to be built around a natural energy vortex, which is why all of these psychics are so in tune with their powers.
dude, that is fucking insane. Because like, what if it... I always think that. I think like sometimes these people are kind of crazy or something like that, because I really don't believe in it. I really think about that sometimes. What if they're right? How awful that would be to have that power and just everyone deem you as crazy. But then obviously there's the people who believe in you, but just kind of like the overall world consensus is that like, no, that's fake. This town's built around it. Energy vortex. How do we go from barely knowing how to make fire to coming up with the concept of there's an energy field around this random place?
Casadega's psychic reputation draws in thousands of visitors every year. The town offers a bunch of tours, so I'm joining the most popular one, the Encounter Spirits Night Tour.
And I got an orb right up here already. Take pictures, guys. Take pictures up around rooftops. Take them into open areas. Turn around, take them behind you. They're not going to stand and pose for you. Cameras will malfunction, folks, by the way.
We're on a spirit orb tour. We're walking around taking flash photos of different buildings and different things in the hopes that we can capture some orbs, which I get.
Dude, do you think everyone in this crowd's actually believing this right now? Or is it just kind of like one of those things that like you just go because like, oh, it's fun to do at night. I don't consider myself psychic, but I have given accurate future readings. I think some drugs might be involved. But that's the thing, East. It's like, if we're actually talking about interfacing with stuff, the way a lot of it seems to be done is through high quantities of psychedelic drugs. In terms of like interfacing with whatever is beyond the next dimension, or like turning the filter off to see more of this dimension. I believe in that stuff. Imagine I get the channel big enough, I go down here, we do like a super serious, like high production, like show. I'm like, all right, I'm here in Casadega, Florida, and we're gonna see, and I'm in this crowd taking fucking pictures, and it pans to me, and I give like a Jim face, and I'm like, the fuck are we doing?
Guests are just spirits, but in ball form.
House on the left. I always get stuff up around the rooftops.
Always.
This is the tree that will not die. One of the other tour guides has gotten faces in that
What?
upstairs window.
What if I shoot
Can
it?
you tell me about this photo?
Okay, let's take a look. This almost looks like there's some kind of light source coming up. Maybe you caught the tail of somebody's flash. But this one up here, that's an energy band. See how it comes together and then gets
How the fuck? Dude.
wide again?
What is an energy band?
That is just a different way that spirit can manifest in your pictures.
Could this be a spirit, or do I just need to get a new phone?
I think that's just how light works. I think
All right, what about that one up on the top there? You think that's off the moon?
I do. It's a light refraction off the moon.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
No go. Not any of them?
Are you enjoying the tour tonight?
I am.
Have you always been interested in spirits?
I think I'm one of those ones that I'm still trying to figure out if I believe. I'm looking for that experience that pushes me over that edge.
Bro, then you need to do psychedelics. Like, this isn't the way. Like, when you do psychedelics, that'll put you over the edge that there's definitely more to reality.
What are your thoughts on all the spiritual stuff?
Being somebody who doesn't know exactly what they believe in, like, it's cool to see just different sides of coins from what maybe you have grown up with. I grew up here, so not in Casadega, but in Florida. So you always hear like from people who grew up around here, and they're like, oh, freaky stuff happens out there. So you kind of get a big mixed bag.
We're gonna make our way over to the portal tree.
Our tour guide Dawn wants us to feel Casadega's higher energy firsthand, so she takes us down to the swamp to stand in between two palms known as the portal trees.
This is the most efficient scam I've ever seen in my fucking life. Dude, I tell you guys all the time, if I come into money somehow, I want to develop a ranch, and I'm going to come up with a story of it just like this. I'm going to grow 2 pine trees instead of palm trees, and I'm just going to make a story about it.
If you were to group the different kinds of people who are taking these tours, is it...
Well, that's what I mean, Zeno. I'm not grouping all these people together. There's people like this, and then there's way more like level-headed people. This is the far end of it, and what it appears to be a cash grab kind of thing. I mean, they just ran with it.
People who are purely here for entertainment, people who are looking for answers. Like, what kind of people are coming to Casadega?
All of it. There are people here just to see the novelty of it. You have skeptics that come here just, which I really like, because I've had quite a few people walk in skeptical and didn't leave quite so skeptical. You do have seekers that come here, people that are mediums themselves. And that's the thing about Casadega. People are drawn here, and quite often they get here and they find home.
So
Wow, I would love to do a video on this. This would be great. That's like why I'd want to try to get the channel bigger, because once it can get big enough, like I could justify like doing videos like this, and it'd be fucking amazing.
Stood in between the portal trees and took my spirit orb photos. After reviewing the images that Dawn took, I guess I was just covered in white orbs, which means that potentially there was...
Not in the way that he's doing it, where he's like explaining everything. Like, I'd want to go and like see if I could be convinced.
Spirits.
Yeah, no, not in the Vice way. I want to go do it, like go through everything and then be like, all right, am I skeptical still or whatever?
There. The tour was fine, but I still want to see some more personal psychic work, so I'm linking up with Lori and Sydney Carter. They're 2 mediums in town who hold a weekly messaging service where they claim they can communicate with your dead loved ones.
My name's Lori Carter, this is Sydney, and we are both psychic spiritualist mediums in Casadega Spiritualist Camp. We both are clairvoyants. We see, we feel, we know, and we hear. We just connect with the spirit around you and work with that spirit. I just want to come to this gentleman right here. As we get into your vibration, I do have an elderly woman in spirit, could be mom. I see her wearing a dress and she has a full apron on. She keeps making me aware of the tips of her finger. Maybe she was anemic or something like that.
I'd like to come to the gentleman.
Wow.
I have 2 gentlemen who are with you. Quite fair-skinned, blue eyes, and for some reason I'm getting Christmas. I don't know if someone's having a birthday on Christmas or someone fasted Christmas. Thank you.
My birthday.
It's pretty impressive watching Lori and Sydney do these rapid-fire readings.
Maybe she drank tea.
Some of the information they're saying is pretty random.
I'm being shown a turtle for you.
But some things are really resonating with people.
The gentleman who's with her, it's so cute. Oh gosh. He brings you sunflowers, which is the thing.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, she nailed the guess. Like, that's what I don't understand is, like, I seen this thing before. I think it might have been Penn and Teller or something like that, and they're talking about how these guys do what they do. They like debunk everything because they're like high up there in the magician gang, I guess. And yeah, they were explaining how they do it. So there's definitely a skill you can develop with that, and people can get pretty good at it.
For spiritualism, and he is also bringing sunflowers to you, and he wants you to look at the light a little bit.
Oh my god. That's why she's saying it. The information's right in front of her fucking face.
Which is the thing.
Oh my god.
For spiritualism, and he is also bringing sunflowers to you, and
wow.
He wants you to look at the light a little bit more.
Wow.
And the happiness that you do have.
My grandfather's favorite flower that passed away
was a sunflower.
Yeah, what about the fucking things on the back and on the table?
You're welcome.
I feel like she ruled everything with an iron fist. And boy, oh boy, is she mad at you. I just feel like I have to give it to you. Why are you not stepping into your own? Why are you not doing it? Set the intention. Do it. And I'll leave that with love and blessing. Thank you.
How was that for you?
Yeah, that was really intense.
He was like, I have no idea what she was saying to me. We were there for my brother, and she was talking about a 90-year-old chick.
Like, it was hard to hear the fact that my grandmother was mad at me because I haven't took action is what I wanted to do. I was actually gonna shed a tear, but something told me to hold back. I didn't want to look like a punk in front of me, but yes, it's real. It's real.
But see, the thing is, you can look at it either way, I feel, in a good way, where it's like, if it impacts them in a positive way, it changed their life. So, I mean, that one thing, just that one spark of hope in this dude's mind could have set him on a completely different path. I mean, you never fucking know.
That woman was amazing. When that's why I almost fell apart in there.
Before this, had you gotten readings?
This stuff kind of bums me out because I'm in the same boat to where I don't believe in medium, and it seems like they're taking advantage of people in mourning. But if it brings the people peace, then who am I to say? Exactly. It's what I mean. I go back and forth on it, and then it's like, is it bad though? If because these people are taking advantage of people's feelings, so it seems, who the fuck knows if they're actually supernatural,
Before?
Like what she did? Never. And never, because I've always thought it was something to do with people say, oh, that's witchcraft or that's devil. No, it ain't the devil. It's a connection. It's a cleaning. This place brought a lot of inner peace in me.
Exactly. I go back. I don't care. I'm not the one going to a medium. It's like, whatever. They do what they got to do.
Guys, you don't understand. I don't want to offend you in any way, but I was like, is this for real? Is this,
No, I get it.
God has gifted you with a talent that I don't even know that you have. And I don't know how to thank you because you really connected me with this whole spiritual world. And I thank you. Thank you so much.
How did you two find?
But then I see that and I'm like, because I feel like they're just scamming these people, taking advantage.
Find yourselves in Casadega.
I was seeing spirit.
Hell yeah.
And Mom wanted to find a teacher.
As I realized that, yes, I did see spirit too when I was younger, but my parents told me no. When Sydney saw a spirit, we never told her no. I don't know if she's thankful or what for that, but here we are. And there is curriculum. I'm
curious to see how much money they charge for this. This is in Florida, I'd probably say, and you could probably Google it and get an answer in 2 seconds. I'd say $50 a head. Maybe I could see them charging for that.
There are different things that we have got to study. It takes 4 to 6 years to become a certified medium, so it's not easy.
4 to 6 years is no joke, and Lori wants me to see the bookstore, which offers a variety of psychic materials for their studies.
All psychic materials, they're drop shipped from China. How psychedelic are these things gonna be?
One out that you resonate to, and I'm gonna take this one.
Okay.
And first you gotta ask, did you pick one out yet?
Sorry, this one.
Oh, get your head in the game, dude. Are you kidding me? If I was in this guy's position, I'd be trying to embrace all this. I'd be make me believe.
Okay, perfect. And so what you do is you gotta find out what is yes. Show me yes.
Show me yes.
And so mine is circling. What's yours doing?
Mine's darting back and forth.
Okay, and so stop. Show me no.
Show me no.
Mine's going back and forth.
It's going the other way now.
And so stop. And what we do is we ask a question.
How did you get yours to stop?
I said stop.
Oh, and it just did?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
That'll do. We're perusing the store and there.
Where do they buy these all from? They're all plastic, no? This is all drop shipped from China. How are they claiming that this is? I'd understand if they had someone mining rocks in their backyard and they were all unique maybe, but this isn't even something you can kind of dispute. They all just buy this from a vendor. So how the fuck are they claiming that it?
So many different things going on. There's Ayurveda and there's fairy magic, and how does this all kind of coalesce into this one thing?
Spiritualists allow people to believe what they want to believe.
I don't feel like any religion is wrong. I think it matters what resonates with your soul.
So can you just kind of break down what spiritualism is?
Spiritualism is essentially The belief in a higher source. So for me, it's God. For others, they might call it infinite intelligence. It is also the understanding that communication with the dead is true.
Lori and Sydney clearly make an impact in their services, and I feel kind of.
This is like the fucking what was that movie I watched, Insidious or something, and they got like the lady who
left
they
out
go
that I
to
didn't
for
have
the
a
higher
similar
power.
experience. So after the messaging service, Sydney invites me back to her place to give me a one-on-one reading.
Tell me a few things about myself or some things that you are tuned into that you shouldn't know, but you do.
Absolutely. What's fun is you've had a gentleman in spirit who's been around you all day since you got here.
Who is?
Yeah, that a whole day since you got here. She had a whole day to Google like his Facebook page or something and see he's got mad pictures with his dad or something.
This gentleman.
I'd probably put him in 60s age range. He definitely would have passed from something going on with his chest. I do feel like it's more heart.
That's like such a strong base, I feel, to fucking start off with. I feel like everyone dies of a heart attack.
And I do know he would have had some issues with his digestive system as well, all the way from top to bottom.
Obviously.
I know he has blue eyes, and I'd say I want to put him over 6 foot. He feels quite tall to me, and it's interesting because I know he would have been in the military. I do feel like he is in a family line.
And why is he so obsessed with me?
Bro, like the thing is, like she just threw that random guess out. That could, like, some of that strikes the boxes as someone who I think she could be talking about to me. It's just such a common base ground.
I don't know if I would say obsessed, but he's definitely around you, and I feel like it's because he wants to give you some guidance about where you're going in the next steps. So,
bro, literally, like, it's still the stuff she's saying, like, could apply to me.
what I want to say is this gentleman is telling you to be mindful of your relationships and who you're actually giving your heart to.
And how would he know this? Like, who is this random man?
I'm going to say ask your mom.
We can ask her right now.
Go for it.
Oh, so this guy doesn't have no clue. This would apply to me, like I said.
Hey, sweetie, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Mom. I'm in the middle of a reading. Do you want to tell her who this man is?
Yeah. I had a gentleman come
It's gonna
through
be his
for
Uncle
Zach,
Jim.
who he made the inclination that he would know you. And so he's about 6 foot. I would say he was in the military when he was younger.
Yeah.
I want to say would have.
This guy knows me?
Yeah, I do feel like this is somebody who would be in the family.
Huh, that's interesting. My dad was in the military.
He gave me 65.
My dad was 66 exactly when he died.
That's such a wide gap.
He was 6 feet tall. He had green eyes.
He showed me his eyes and they looked blue to me, so I don't want to change it to green, but I know that they're fair eyes. I know that they're not brown eyes.
Oh, yeah. I said that specific thing before, but like I totally meant in a general way.
He would have had more olive tone skin, and I feel like he.
I'm going to say this is probably my dad.
Okay.
But she could have fucking looked up. She could have deep Googled this guy and figured that out. Easy.
Well, Dad is coming through to talk to Zach today, and he's been with him since Zach got here.
Oh, this is a little odd.
Okay, well, I guess
We've discovered who he is. Thank you, Jane.
whenever she's described him to me, I've heard he was like neglectful and like toxic. So when they cross over, like, do you have like a reckoning? Do you become more empathetic as a spirit?
This gentleman, he didn't present himself as a lovey-dovey kind of guy. He told me he was a strong man, but it was also important to him to let you know that it was okay to drop your guard a little bit.
Oh my God.
And it very well could be because that was something he didn't do when he was here in the physical.
It can take up to 6 years to become.
Oh my God. Imagine she was like, nah, I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah, the reason she got it right is because she fucking Googled them prior. I love when they pretend to be unsure about something. They definitely looked up on Facebook. Exactly. Like, you could have easily found out about this guy.
Become a certified medium with the Casadega Spiritualist Camp. And it's not cheap either, with classes normally $50 a pop. Lucky for me, they're letting me audit one today in the temple, so I guess we'll see how good my psychic skills are.
I'm Reverend Maida Jones. I'm a medium and a minister here in the camp. They call these development classes, but I always feel like maybe we should call them retrieval classes. We come into this life knowing this sort of thing. Children are very aware. And then little by little, we get discouraged. You learn that, you know, if you do say something, maybe you're a little weird. It really isn't about developing it. It's always been there, and we're trying to get it back.
My name's Ron. I've been having
Ron.
so-called psychic experiences since I was a child.
What?
And I'm here trying to learn how to use them, how to turn them on and make them better. I think
Psychedelics.
most of us want to use them for good of some kind, whatever that might be.
Hi, I'm Jen. I have been coming for about 2 months or so. I've been interested in this stuff for a very long time, but now I'm actually here to learn as much as I possibly can and hone the skills by all of these lovely people.
Hi, my name is Javon. I've been experiencing things since I was little, and I happened to stop by Cassadaga like 2 years
Why does this seem like a fucking parody show? And he seems like he's playing a character.
ago, and then all of a sudden I was kind of welcome into living here. So
But he's
now I'm
playing
living
it well.
here and kind of developing and trying to work on my gifts.
You're going to
That was such a good performance.
try to pick up on someone's deceased loved one. You're going to find a partner.
Yeah, do what
And I always tell people when they're starting out, if it feels like you're making it up, make it up. Okay? Because chances are you're not making it up, but you think you are. So I want to take a couple deep breaths and relax yourself, because nerves are the enemy of mediumship. First thought, first feeling. Do you have a man or a woman?
Definitely a man.
Okay. Now I want you to
That it's a 50-50 shot. I would have said probably, dude.
bring him close. Ask him to come closer to you, because we're going to try to feel his personality.
Oh God.
What kind of a personality does he have?
He's a hard ass.
And what makes you say that?
I just am seeing him at a table, and he's just kind of like commanding the entire table. And this is just,
okay.
I don't know
No,
what this
no,
is. It's
just
just
go
in
ahead.
my mind.
Go
I'm
with it.
envisioning glasses, like smaller, circular, like a prominent nose, and like gray.
Watch him fucking nail it, though. Watch him right on the head. He's like, well, that's my Uncle Jim. I haven't seen since I was 12. He just hits a nerve.
A kind of receding, thin hair.
What else about him?
He has a booming laugh. He's like a big guy. Like he has like a presence, and maybe a cigar. I mean, there's smoke.
Is this sounding familiar to you?
Very accurate in a lot of things. The person you're describing is actually my stepfather. He did smoke. He smoked cigarettes. The laugh. He had this kind of laugh that was like bassy. Like when he laughed, you felt it even if you're in the other room. Just his presence was so large. Yeah, very accurate, man.
Get the fuck out of here. He just nailed it. First try. There's no way.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I literally just made things up. but
Yeah.
I guess that's how it works.
It is.
Why does there need to be a town of psychics? Why does there need to be a Cassadaga?
I think that a lot of people are very intuitive, and I think that sometimes it's difficult for them being out in a world where people want to call them freaks or weirdos or the weird girl, and it's nice to be around like-minded people. I left when I was 18. I went across the country. I decided this wasn't it for me. I didn't want to be here any longer. I wanted to go to California. Then my life was just hardship after hardship after hardship, until I finally accepted, okay, I have to go back to Florida. I moved back here, and it was almost
What the fuck? They just have dinosaurs running around these streets? No wonder why.
constantly keeps bringing me back here
Just cut the fucking raptors. Now we're back to this.
because it's where I'm meant to be.
There are gonna be so many people watching this video leaving comments like, nah, this is not it.
Yeah, bro, that's me, but I'm not leaving a comment. I'm just talking shit.
These people are fake. What do you say to all the naysayers?
Yeah, what do you think she's gonna say to me or us? I don't know who holds the same opinion. I'm still hella skeptical about this. Alright, so me and East, she's conveying this to at least us right now.
Well, it comes down to if you believe in coincidence or not. And I don't. I think that they're perfectly entitled to their own opinion. And it doesn't harm me in any way, shape, or form, because I know what's true and what's real for me. And in the nicest way possible, I hope that they feel that healing that they need to maybe have a little bit more happiness.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna go out of my way to shut down your operation. I don't care that much. I don't believe in it, but go right a fucking head. Crazy that the spirits wanted to go back to the most gullible state in the country.
Support and clarity. That's
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
pretty big responsibility. Do you feel that?
I do.
You do what?
And, sometimes people come who need additional help. And I suggest to them that they should perhaps see a mental health therapist.
Ooh.
Or see someone else who might be able to assist in a different way than I do.
Damn, so she's calling some of these people legit crazy. So that gives her more credibility than if she's actually slinging the actual crazy ones to the side and then keeping all the people who are trying to learn more. This is like Doctor Strange. I didn't know Florida was home to the Doctor Strange. What is it? What's that place? Shawala, something like that?
I had breast cancer in 2016, and I actually saw it like 7 years before it happened.
No.
I actually saw my left breast blackened. And then bam, 7 years later, I get it.
Were you scared to die?
No. When
Wow.
you're facing mortality yourself, you then decide that everything is in divine order. We're all leaving this earth plane one time or another.
You keep...
Dude, that's fucking crazy. That shit scares the hell out of me. I just like how the concept's played with, particularly in Breaking Bad, where it's like he knows his days are numbered. So it's like when you do actually get that news, how much would it like it could probably completely 180 flip your reality in terms of like, I mean, it does for Walter, I feel. So it definitely happens in real life.
Saying earth plane, it makes it feel like it's a little less final. Death.
Right. We continue. We most definitely do.
You just
We
accept
just
it.
lose
Wow.
our bodies for the next plane of existence.
Spiritualists like Lori and Sydney believe that the continuity of life is proved through things like mediumship. But personally, I needed to see some physical evidence.
Yeah.
Amen.
Show me like a meteor or
So
something.
I begged Lori to let me sit in on one of the camp's most sacred rituals,
Wow.
a table tipping.
Whoa.
At first I was refused, but after a lot
What the fuck is that? He's lifting it up because he spilled his drink.
of simping, they finally agreed to let us film.
I'm standing here in front of the Slater house.
excuse
In just
me.
a second, we're gonna go in for a table tipping. I guess it's a version of a seance where we just put our
Table tip him. Seems very cultish. What makes you say that? Because they turned it into a religion?
hands on the table, and if there's spirits there, they move the table. Obviously, it seems super spooky. When we came to
Oh my
Casadega,
god.
we
Oh, the cat's not cute though.
didn't know if we were gonna get this. The physical stuff is heavily guarded by the camp, and I'm assuming it's also pretty hard to fake for the cameras.
So let's go check it out.
My name is Reverend Dr. Philip T. Long. I am a medium teacher and healer in the Casadega camp. When we do table tipping,
Sam, why would this scare you? This dude's holding it up with his knee and he's like shaking his knee. What the fuck is so scary? Or it's an animatronic table and someone's out there controlling it with a remote.
palms and your fingertips on the table as lightly as you can. To raise the vibration, we normally sing a couple songs. I don't know if you know any songs. Usually.
Well, we all know Jingle Bells, right?
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Row,
row your boat
Gently down the stream. Betty's in
Oh, Spirit, show us a yes.
I actually
feel
felt like he was getting ready to
Oh my
tip.
god, we're shaking, baby.
Yeah.
Don't you? It's like a
The old
humming.
guys does go.
I also feel the humming, but I can't put my finger on where it's coming from.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
They have a fucking anarchy on the wall. That yeah, no, this place I wouldn't be too comfortable going into. I don't know if I would, just because like I do believe in them like killing people for the devil and shit. So I'd be like, they're gonna fucking smoke me and my camera guy.
Oh my gosh, do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel it. There's a lot of energy.
There is. I can feel it. It's building. I feel like someone's tapping you. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Do you, Zach?
Maybe.
Yeah, you're not quite sure?
I don't know what
Because
to
you don't
feel.
know what to expect.
Yeah. It kind of seems like the spirits are a little camera shy.
Do you think it might not happen?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. We got the cameras on us now. See, some human sacrifices have definitely taken place in that room for sure. Why else would they have the fucking A on it?
Come on, Spirit. You can
Come on,
do it.
Spirit.
We know they can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all over the place in here before.
At this point, it doesn't seem like any spirits are going to move this table, so we pivot to another exercise called transfiguration. The way it works is if there's a spirit in the room, they'll secrete a blue mist called ectoplasm in front of the medium.
Oh, I thought that was like Ghostbuster shit. That they actually try to say that shit's real in real life.
So that way we can see a projection of who that spirit is on their face.
So what we're looking for is
Oh my God, we're about to see a
changes
ghost.
in Lori's face at this point.
Ectoplasm.
It changes to the lips, changes to the chin.
What am I
It
looking
almost
for?
looks like a male spirit.
ectoplasm?
It's like mustaches. I'm almost getting this like a Native American guy.
Oh, that was
I'm seeing
kinda
the devil.
strange. Did you see that? Did you just see she actually flipped from one face to another face?
No. Shut up. I'm actually like doing a real thing. I see the devil.
Oh, that was kind of strange. Did you see that? Did you just see she actually flipped from one face to another face?
No.
Yeah.
Did
No.
you see that?
I do. So.
It's almost like she was two different people.
Done.
Oh my God. Stop. It's like the scene in Mandy. I've never seen Mandy.
Right?
Did you see anything?
Oof. I literally saw the devil.
So the table didn't tip.
I think the table was the furthest thing from tipping. So basically it was like gorilla glued to the floor. That table wasn't going anywhere.
It didn't really even move at all. There was just a little bit of a shaky table, which I actually think I can attribute to Reverend Phil because I snuck a few peeks and his hands were pulsing the table.
Yeah.
Transfiguration, if you stare at anything in the dark for so long, of course you're going to see shadows move, and I definitely did. I'm not sure if I can say that it was definitively a spirit, but the psychics were convinced that the spirits were there and they just weren't giving it their all, so I guess we can leave it at that.
Dude, these people, this guy's a Harvard PhD and they're trying to convince him otherwise. This is crazy.
I can't say that I'm leaving Cassadaga as a believer because
I
their
am.
idea of evidence is strictly word of mouth. But I don't think that it matters. Cassadaga provides a home for people who not only believe in the beyond, but are shaped by it. People might find this freaky or even fake, but at the end of the day, I think a world with ghosts is a lot less scary than a world where nothing happens after we die.
Yo, that's what they need to do. I'm going to see if they have a video on that because if they do, I want to watch that right now. Enough with this shit. Go to the real shit. Like, send one of these people who are willing to do it to wherever you go in South America or something like that and you do ayahuasca. Get this guy on an actual spiritual journey. That's what I want to see. Not this. I mean, yeah, this is cool too, but this is, we saw the dude. He was like shaking the table. He's like, oh, you feel it? Like, no, go do some ayahuasca and you're going to see your ancestors being, I don't even know.